I have been extremely open in the past where I've made a whole video after the KSI Tommy Fury and there was a Logan Paul and what was that little midget goblin that he was fighting? I can't even remember. He's honestly since his fight with Logan Paul, he's gone completely irrelevant on the internet and no one even cares about him anymore. I made a video about those two fights and just YouTube boxing in general, and I talked about how stupid I think YouTube boxing has become. Like, when YouTube boxing first started out, it was just like a cool little funny thing. It was like, YouTubers who had beef and they would, just have fights, and it was like, the way to, like, get their audiences intrigued and just, it was something funny and it was something cool. But then it got to a point where these YouTubers started to think that they were top shit. And they started to think that they were like actual boxing pros and that they could like make these big class events and they should be like, actually considered professional boxers and yada, yada, yada. And obviously the head of all this, the head of the whole fucking YouTube boxing thing, the man with the biggest head, the biggest fucking head of them all is 100% Jake Paul. Without a fucking doubt. Now, I'm going to say this. He's not like terrible at boxing, but he's not like an actual professional boxer. Let's be completely honest here. All of his fights, besides Tommy Fury, and even then, Tommy Fury, to me, like his brother, or half brother, I'm pretty sure, to be, more accurate, is Tyson Fury. Arguably one of the greatest heavyweight boxers we've seen, especially in recent time. Like, if you go and watch all of the Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder fights, those are some of the craziest boxing fights I have seen in recent time. Like, I am a decent boxing fan, like, when it comes to the professional scene, not so much, the YouTube boxing scene. I do, make videos about them because, I make commentary videos about shit that happens on the internet, and obviously, things being on YouTube, and whenever something I think is completely fucking stupid, of course I'm going to make a video on it. But in terms of being an actual fan, I have loved boxing ever since I was a youngling. My dad got me into boxing, to help with like fitness and self-defense, because I used to play football, so, to help me with fitness for footy, and then also self-defense, for me growing up, because I was a very skinny kid when I was younger, believe it or not. But even then, Tommy Fury is a bit of a joke. Like, his last two fights, like, he's meant to be the half-brother of Tyson Fury, and in his last two fights are Jake Paul and KSI, which he did beat comfortably. I would have to say, a lot of people would say otherwise. Some people would say that, Jake Paul put up a better fight than KSI. A lot of people, I remember when, like, the KSI fight finished, a lot of people even said that KSI actually won the fight against Tommy Fury, which to me is complete bullshit. The fight itself was a whole joke. It was a complete fucking joke in itself. And then today, we got another announcement of a bullshit fight. Another fucking bullshit fight. And the one reason why I'm talking about, like, making a video about this is because it involves arguably one of two of the greatest boxers that have ever lived. And that is Mike Tyson. Jake Paul is going to be having a fight with Iron Mike Tyson. So this fight is actually going to be taking place on July 20th, and it's going to be live on Netflix. That's right. Now Netflix isn't getting involved in the fighting scene, which it would be cool if it actually, targeted and headed to more actual, professional boxers instead of these bullshit YouTubers who think they're actually professional boxers and just get too much money put into them because, they grew some fame on the internet. Then all of a sudden they want to think that they're professional boxers and think that they're able to fight people. And then we've now got the first ever Netflix bout, and it's between Jake Paul and Mike fucking Tyson. And I'm going to talk about both of them briefly as well. I'm not going to ramble on too much in this video. This video will probably be a bit shorter than my usual videos. But Jake Paul, like I said, besides his fight with Tommy Fury, who the fuck has he fought? He fought Anderson Gibb back in 2020, then Nate Robinson, a retired NBA player, Ben Askren, a retired MMA player, Tyron Woodley, who's a retired MMA fighter, who is like 41 at this point in time, Anderson Silva, another retired MMA fighter. Tommy Fury was his only loss, an actual somewhat of a professional boxer. Nate Diaz, a retired MMA fighter. And then the last two, they don't even have their own Wikipedia page. When I searched them up, Andre August is a 35-year-old former pro. And then this other guy that he fought, Ryan Berland, is a 35-year-old boxer as well. This man is fighting old people. He's fighting people that like aren't even in their prime, or that we have no fucking idea who these people actually are. And then he goes around with this big head on his shoulders thinking that he's top shit. You're not. Who the fuck are you fighting? You're fighting old men and former retired athletes. And this would have to be like one of his his only actual legit opponent. Someone who's actually an actual boxer with a fucking big name behind them. Mike Tyson is a big name in the boxing scene. But he is 57 years of age. 57 years of age. This man's old. His last professional fight was 2005 against Kevin McBride, which he lost. Because, you know, if you don't know too much about Mike Tyson, you know, after his Buster Douglas loss back in 1990, he kind of went downhill for a bit. He did win a few fights in a row. Then he had that whole, controversy with Evander Holyfield, where he bit Evander Holyfield's ear off. And then after the Evander Holyfield fight, it was like after the Buster Douglas fight, it was on like a slow decline. Then after the Evander Holyfield fights, just poof, just all the way into the ground, and Mike Tyson's career and life just kind of went off the rails. And then it's good to see that, he's actually doing well in his personal life, and he's a lot better now than he used to be. But besides that, his last professional fight was all the way back in 2005. And then his last exhibition fight, because he did an exhibition fight back in 2020 against Roy Jones Jr., who is another retired professional boxer. So, if you put them both on the same realm, it's like, yeah, they're both the same age. Mike Tyson's like 2 years older than him, and it ended in like in a split draw. Which, if you actually go back and watch the fight, Mike Tyson kind of did dominate, but it really was just an exhibition fight. That's all it was. Not only that, but Mike Tyson for several years now, because there was a photo that came out about a year and a half ago of him being wheeled through the airport on a wheelchair, and a lot of fans, me included, because, like I said, I'm a massive fan of Mike Tyson. A lot of people put, Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson, and they choose who they think is the best. Personally, and, if you had to say, Donnie, you're wrong, it's Muhammad Ali, that's absolutely fine. But personally, in his prime, Mike Tyson is the best boxer of all time. Not just the best heavyweight boxer, but the best boxer. If you've never seen it, go and watch compilations of Mike Tyson fights. Not just his knockouts, because his knockouts are impressive and they're scary as fuck, but his head movement was insane in his prime. His ability to dodge punches with the amount of weight that he would hold. Like, Mike Tyson, a lot of people see Mike Tyson, you would think that he's like this big, tall dude. He's 5'10". He's the same height as me. And he was 100 kilos. He weighed anywhere between 218 to 222 pounds. That's as much as I weigh right now. And I'm just saying that, I could still move a little bit, but there is no way in chance that I could move at this weight the way that Mike Tyson did. It was fucking insane. But like I said, in a year and a half ago, there was a video of him being wheeled through the airport in a wheelchair. And later on, because I read through this report here, he came out and he said that he has sciatica. There we go. I butchered it a couple times before making this video. I was just like, how the fuck do I say this word? And what sciatica is it's a type of nerve pain, which is usually a burning, stabbing, or shooting feeling. It radiates from your buttock down to the back of your leg, and it's usually caused due to a herniated disc or bone spur in the spine that presses on the nerve. So I don't know if you've ever had this feeling before. I've slipped my disc multiple times in my lower back. Even now, I didn't even know. I've heard of sciatica before, but I didn't really know too much what it is. But I still get that feeling here and there. I have fucked my back truly, really, really bad. When I go to the gym, I have to make sure that, there's certain back exercises that I have to be cautious when I do them, or there's some other exercises that I can't do at all. I can't do heavy back squats, or else, I'll put too much pressure on my back and I'll fry my back just like that. And I have gotten it radiates from my back, and I get it I get this weird tingle burn feeling, like not very, 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 very mild, like extremely mild, but it runs down like into my hamstring. And he has got it to like a severe point. He's said that there's been times where he's actually not been able to talk, like when it flares up. And when you're at a certain age, the older you get, you know, even though, say, I have the same thing that Mike Tyson does. Like I said, I get that feeling because I've slipped the disc multiple times in my back, and like my chiropractor and doctors have told me that I will deal with back issues for the rest of my life because I've done it so much, and just like the pressure I've put on myself over the years when it comes to my back, like pushed myself too far when I was younger, and even in recent fucking times as well, like I did a couple months ago. But when you're at a certain age, when you get older, health issues are a lot worse. A lot worse, no matter who you are. Like I said, me and Mike Tyson probably dealing with like similar things, but mine's so mild. One, because like, you know, it's probably not to the severity that he is in terms of like his herniated disc, or maybe he's like the, what's it called, the bone spur, which I'm not 100% sure what that actually like means. But even then, even if like my herniated disc was as bad as his, he would still be feeling that pain a lot worse because of his age, because he's 57. When you get older, the body naturally deteriorates. That's just what happens. It literally just happens. Jake Paul is literally going to be fighting a crippled old former heavyweight champion. Holy shit. We also don't know if this is going to be a professional fight or an exhibition fight. I think it will be exhibition because same with like the Floyd Mayweather fights that he did with like Logan Paul. Even though Logan Paul has done professional fights, you know, with Floyd Mayweather not wanting to do any more retiring professional fights, he's only done exhibition as of recently. And even with Mike Tyson's Roy Jones Jr. fight back in 2020, that itself was an exhibition fight. So I see this being, you know, an exhibition fight as well, but it's definitely a fucking cash grab for Jake Paul. But I just, like I was saying, man, I've rambled on for a lot longer than I thought, but Jesus Christ, these YouTube boxings, they've just got to... They've got to not necessarily stop, but just go back to what they were, where it was literally just YouTubers just being dickheads and just doing shit for laughs and for a fun, or settling like their little stupid beefs that they have online. Because let's be honest, majority of the time when YouTubers or internet celebrities have beef, 90% of the time it's dumb. It's really over something completely fucking stupid. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this down below. Will I be watching this fight? Maybe, but probably because I'll end up making a video on it. And I already pictured my video saying Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight was the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. But that's it from me. Peace out.